दोस्तों आपने सेकुलर नाम कई बार सुना होगा और ये शब्द जो है केवल भारत के संविधान में ही है, क्योंकि सेकुलरिज्म जो है जो ये अलग से शब्द डाला गया है भारत के संविधान में बाद में, क्योंकि जब संविधान बना तो इस तरह का कोई शब्द नहीं था। और सबसे मेन चीज़ यहाँ पर ये है कि ये शब्द को इस तरह से रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है कि केवल जो एक पक्ष है वही सेकुलर है, दूसरा पक्ष सेकुलर होने की कोशिश भी नहीं कर रहा है। अब इस चीज़ को अगर आप समझते हैं तो ये समझिए कि अगर आप ये मानते हैं कि एक तरफ सेकुलर है और एक तरफ नहीं है तो पूरा सेकुलर होना चाहिए ना। सेकुलर भारत का नाम सुना ही होगा आपने कि सेकुलर भारत होना चाहिए, पर सेकुलर क्यों नहीं है? अगर आप समझते हैं कि भारत सेकुलर है तो केवल मंदिरों से ही टैक्स क्यों लिया जाता है, केवल मंदिरों को ही जो है अपनी निगरानी में क्यों रखा जाता है? और भी कई सारी बातें हैं जो आपको इस वीडियो में पता चलेंगी। मैं तो इतनी डीप नॉलेज नहीं दे पाऊँगा जितनी डीप नॉलेज आपको इस वीडियो में देखने के बाद में पता चलेगी। हाँ, वीडियो इंग्लिश में ज़रूर है, पर अगर आप ध्यान से समझेंगे तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा, इतनी कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। पर इस वीडियो को देखने के बाद को आपको एक एक चीज़ की नॉलेज हो जाएगी क्यों सेकुलर नहीं हो सकता भारत। और इसमें गवर्नमेंट का भी हाथ है, इसका नहीं तो पिछली सही, पिछली नहीं तो उससे पिछली, कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी गवर्नमेंट का हाथ जरूर है। तो बस यार वीडियो देखिए, मिलेंगे अगली वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए नमस्ते नमस्कार, जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम।
Genocidal monster Aurangzeb's vandalism are legally removed or relocated from the Kashi Vishwanath temple complex would the soul of our civilization find peace. Rahul,
what is being celebrated today is doubtless worth celebrating. No doubt about it. It was a Herculean effort to buy out 400 properties, remove hundreds of encroachments, and then to build the corridor leading up to the Vishwanath temple. So many prime ministers, so many governments could have done this. As I said, it only required 350 odd crores. And given that our governments leaves thousands of crores of Hindu temples that they control, it was a pittance. But the fact that it is only Modi who did it must be commendable. And I stress, this is just the beginning. The soul has stirred. He has stirred the soul. It has come to life, but it has not been appeased. Because that monster Aurangzeb's ugly shadow looms over Bholenath. Knowing Bholenath, he can very well avenge the humiliation. But in law-abiding democracies, Rahul, the third eye belongs to the Supreme Court. And yes, it must. So the Supreme Court must adjudicate. That monstrosity has to be relocated. Rahul, just a minute, because it's very important. It's a philosophical question that you raised. Nations weaken not because of their past, but rather by how they are taught it. For 70 years, we have been taught to celebrate Gyan Vyapi Mosque as a monument to Hindu-Muslim unity and not as what it really is, a cruel historical injustice. You know why? Because for 70 years, we have been taught to forget cruel historical injustices. From Somnath to Kashi Vishwanath, Babarpur to Bakhtiyarpur, from Allahabad to Aurangabad, these injustices have deliberately been made visible as though to lionize the debasement, celebrate the humiliation. And the irony is that the same people who have taught us this, drilled this self-loathing in us, these same people want others to fight historical injustice around the world. They condemn barbarians of the West hither to worship, like the Confederacy generals, Rhodes, Churchill, Pizarro, Murray, Colston, Leopold, uske statues girate hain. They celebrate their roads and buildings being renamed, their statues being brought down. But here in India, the same set of Muppets eulogize barbarians like Tipu, Aurangzeb, Babar, Khilji. They celebrate the destruction of Kashi, Mathura, Ayodhya, Batan. It is a heady mix of hatred for Hinduism and love for jihadism. Rahul, to me, the mark of a civilization is this unquenchable thirst to demand justice for your ancestors, to correct a historical wrong. For that exemplifies a continuity, an idea, a memory that can never be erased, to correct a historical wrong. That is important. It makes justice greater than the sum of its parts, Rahul, and that is why civilizations are not fleeting like empires. That is why history is a medicine. Catharsis is a cure. The concept of justice, Rahul, is like memory. It keeps getting passed on. Just 10 seconds. I have to realize this. I am unequivocal about it. Aurangzeb's imprint must be legally removed or relocated. Technology exists to do that. But does will exist? I ask, does will?
उदय महूरकर